Hi folks, Paul Sesnick here, talking on the topic of the Vancouver Riot that took place recently after the hockey game between Vancouver and Boston. A lot of Canadians looked at that riot and thought, what is going on? This is Vancouver. These things don't happen in Canada. And generally that would be a true statement. But it got me thinking about what really took place, what fed into that outcome, what contributed to it taking place, because after all of that happened, a number of young people came forward and started to feel guilty, remorse about what had taken place and their role in it. And some of them even said, I have no idea what got into me. I just got caught up in the moment, and there I was participating. And later I look at these videos of myself doing this and cannot believe that I'm doing that. And other people might say, well, that's ridiculous. They would say that. They should know what they're doing. They need to be responsible and be held responsible for their actions. And of course, that is the job that the police and the courts will have, is sorting out all of that. But here's my take on this. Anytime there is a breakout of what I call mass consciousness, which that was, it is contributed to by every mind that thinks along those same lines. In other words, we cannot look just at that outburst of emotion in Vancouver and say to ourselves, hey, it's a hockey game. Those things happen at hockey games. No, there's much more going on in the undercurrent that I refer to as the mass conscious pressure cooker. What this means is this. Thought is everywhere. It's omnipresent. There isn't anywhere where thought isn't. And every thought you think contributes to mass consciousness according to how you see things, how you view things, how you emotionalize things. Your thoughts are never secret to yourself, and you're never alone, where you might say, oh, as long as I keep my thoughts and my feelings to myself, I do no harm. That is not true. Every thought you think contributes to the healing or the degradation of humanity in some way, because all of your thoughts build up in what are called pressure cookers. Some of those pressure cookers have to do with your own life and things that are going on most immediately for you. They certainly have a lot to do with how you attract success or failure into your life. That's all the law of cause and effect, also called the law of attraction. That is what that is. Those are your thoughts and your emotions working on your behalf to give you everything that you are emotionalizing within your pressure cookers. But your pressure cookers are not secretive to you either, because mind is not secret. It's everywhere. So what happens in an event like that happened in Vancouver is every angry mind of every individual throughout the world, those emotions of anger, those lower vibrational thoughts, contribute to an overall pressure cooker that's building up in pressure, and it has to absolutely have breakouts and manifestations, demonstrations in the world. That in Vancouver was one of those. It was simply an outburst of mass conscious emotions, if you like. Vancouver is the place that was most suitable for that breakout, both in terms of the event, the attitudes of many of the people there, and certainly the mass conscious input of minds around the world, without even people not even realizing they're doing it. Even after the event took place and people are watching it on the news or on the internet, still have angry thoughts. They're saying, look at those young people, throw them in jail, bring justice down upon their heads. What do they think they're doing? They're just a bunch of mindless, drunken hooligans, and what other descriptives have been used to describe what's taking place. And while those are the outer appearances, absolutely, we have to look beyond that and say what other thinking has contributed to that, because we're not separate from each other in any situation, anywhere or ever. That is simply the law of cause and effect at play. Does that mean we should let the young people off the hook? They will do whatever they need to do in forms of retribution, in whatever sentencing they may receive or fines they may receive, but most importantly, they need to deal with this within their own thinking, their own minds, and it will impact them for their entire lives. None of us would want to be in their shoes going through that. And so what role do we play and what role can we play in this? I suggest this, not just for those young people, but for all of us in the world. Be careful about what you think and emotionalize, because it will create for you. It will demonstrate for you, either directly in your life, in the most powerful, emphatic way, or on a larger scale, in group outbreaks or outbursts, or what they call rioting, and all various forms of expression come about because of this pressure cooker that's looking to place that pressure and put it to use somewhere. That's what the law of cause and effect does. It's a magnetism that brings everything forth into manifested demonstration. Everything you've ever wanted in your life, and everything you haven't wanted with great emotion, you will experience. You know? Things you don't want, that you really feel strongly about. We all have some of those, right? Because of our upbringings, our circumstances. We look at those and things, and we hate those things in our lives, and those emotions cause them to repeat over and over again because we're so emotionally attached to them. It doesn't matter that you say, I don't want this, or I do want that. The universe doesn't know the difference between what you do and what you don't say you want. All it knows is where your emotions are being placed, and that is the power. The power is the emotional. And that's why emotional feelings around the world, not because everybody's angry about hockey and who's going to win. It's not what they're angry about. It's anger itself. All anger, this is important, all anger is an attempt to make someone else feel guilty. I'll repeat that. All anger is an attempt to make somebody else feel guilty. So, what we need to do to heal our own lives and have the kind of life we really want, and to contribute to a healing of the world and circumstances in the world, is to look for the best in people. Because when we emotionalize those wonderful thoughts about people, we are adding to that pressure cooker to contribute to that higher-minded, wonderful outbreaking of experiences in the individual's life, their life, other lives, all by thinking the best and looking for the best in people. We need to be responsible for our own thoughts and our own actions, and you can see the proof of that in your own life. Well, there's a short little dissertation on the law of cause and effect and the hockey riot in Vancouver. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.